Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my Post-Bode of Destiny Sunavalon deck profile. This deck is honestly my favourite deck at the moment. It's so fun to play, it's so explosive, it's so consistent, and it's honestly like such a slept on deck. I don't think people realise the power of this deck, like, and what it actually does. People just think, oh, it's just a fucking filler anime deck, but honestly it is fucking kind of ridiculous. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. 3 Loci. Obviously, like, this is the fucking center of the deck. This is your 1 card combo, or 1.5 card combo really. Like, just the most like central point of the deck, you know. Your combo basically just revolves around, you know, reviving this a ton of times and just doing a ton of crazy plant shit. Yeah, honestly, like, it kind of sucks that a vanilla is so important in the deck, but you know, it's worth it for the payoff, and you know, it's cool anyway, just the concept. And then for the other Sunseeds, just 2 Sunseed Twin. The card is like nice. It's like decent. Obviously it's good as the target for Sunavalon Sowing, the new card out of Burst of Destiny. And it's nice to draw like on the follow-up, or to summon on a follow-up, since it's like 2 bodies in 1 basically. And then next up, 3 Lone Fire. You can't play a plant deck without this card, obviously. And then next up for the Reekers, a Primula, a Snowdrop, and a Mudan. These are just, you know, good plant cards that help you extend your plays. And then for the generic plants, Mardell, Laurel, Rose Girl, and Spore. You know, all just great plant cards, all just great generic plant support. And then next up, 3 Parallel Exceed. I only just started playing this card today. You know, it's really nice to go into Traptrix Rafflesia as your 5th summon to avoid being Nibiru'd. It's also really nice with certain hands to go into Strenna with this, and you can tribute it off early to get a Hyperiton early. It's obviously like, it's just Exceed, it's a good extender, but it's also good to avoid yourself being Nibiru'd. And then the Carrot, I don't understand how that ends up below the Exceeds, but yeah, the Carrot too, for the plant extenders. And then to round up the monster lineup, 3 Veiler. Veiler is a very, very good hand trap in this format, and not only that, you know, it's budget, which kind of goes with this deck being fairly cheap. The only expensive cards really is Teardrop and Mardell. The rest of the deck is pretty cheap, so yeah. But that's literally beside the point. I actually think Veiler is one of the best hand traps in this format. You know, targeted negation is very, very good right now. And then to start the spells, the new one, Sunavalon Sowing. I genuinely think this is one of the best pieces of support this deck could have got. You know, not only is it an E-Tally for the archetype, which obviously summoning Twin with this is already 2 bodies, it also burns you for 1,000, which then triggers the Dryas, which gives you an extra body on field and allows you to summon the healer, which boosts your life points to turn on Laurel. Honestly, it is so good. This card is so good. And then for the other Sunavalon spell, I play 2 Shrine. You know, 1 or 2 is fine. I definitely wouldn't play 3, but sometimes it's nice to open, since like things can happen throughout your combo and you like might need to use it early. But obviously the fact that it's not once per turn is like very good. And then Rika Glamour, you search this off Mudan, and it's basically your best way to get into Strenna really, since you search the Primula and the Carrot, and then it basically gets you into Strenna. And then for the next one, 3 Unexpected Die. It's self-explanatory. You know, we play a normal monster, of course you play this card. The next card, Painful Decision. I only played 2 of this because deck space, but again, it's 2 more copies of the vanilla, so of course you play it. And then 1 for 1, again, another copy of the vanilla. And then Code By, because fuck hand traps. And then for the traps, 1 bloom, obviously. Playing more than 1 of this would be kind of stupid. I always open it anyway, so yeah. Then 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole. And then to round up the main deck, 3 Imperm. You know, it's the same as Veiler. I've already said Veiler is, you know, one of the best hand traps in this format, and that obviously goes for Imperm too. Imperm especially, since you can use it on the start of your own turn as well. 2 Dryas. I would absolutely play 3 of this, and I was playing 3 of this, but the extra deck is so tight that I had to cut 1. Then the Vines, 1 Healer, and 2 Thrasher. Obviously Thrasher is your like OTK machine kind of, and then Healer obviously gets you above 8k to turn Laurel on. And then 2 Jasmine. It's a fucking absurd card, not once per turn. Summon any plant from deck, like search any plant, like ridiculous plant support. And then 2 Melias, you know, link climbing is good. And 1 Bengal Lancer. I think this was a really, really good card to come out of Lightning Overdrive for this deck. You know, it really just gave the deck a good monster for the end board, and the fact that it can revive itself is really, really good. And obviously the Dry Trent here. You know, this card is so iffy. Like, obviously it searches the trap, which is good, and you know, it's got like some sort of protection in itself, but I feel like the protection in itself could be a bit more. You know, only being able to protect itself from battle and card effect destruction is not the most. You know, it could be more. The second effect though is nice, the non-targeting pop, because obviously on the you go first, you set up your board, your opponent doesn't out it, and then they like set things or whatever, and then you just try to attribute the Bengal Lancer, non-target pop 4, and then you just revive the Bengal Lancer, and then you just go for lethal. And then for the XCs, Rafflesia, you know, fuck Nibiru, so yeah. Strunner, Teardrop, and Hyperiton. Strunner, obviously, summon Hyperiton is very, very good. Hyperiton is obviously very good, you know, it's a negate that you can equip a spell to, so you can negate a spell. Teardrop obviously is good, non-destructive removal is always good. You know, your end board is very, very, your end board is very varied. You've got a non-destructive removal with Teardrop. You've got the negate on Hyperiton. You've got your negate from your trap, which is, you know, kind of a unique one. You know, it doesn't target, which is good, because that is an in-archetype Alt 2 Dragoon that came up today. And obviously Bengal Lancer, which is a bounce. You know, you've literally just got completely varying disruptions from each other. So yeah, decks kind of struggle to deal with like every single one of those. Like, they might out 1 or 2, but every single one of those is just too much for a lot of decks to out. I feel like the deck is just extremely strong with that end board. And then for the best card in the deck, the Nibiru token. I summon this every game basically. Now, okay, for the side deck, I'm going to show my side deck that I played today, but you know, it's kind of varying all the time. I change it a lot, but these are just what I'm playing right now. 3 Cosmic, because fuck backrow decks. Also, Scythe is very prominent right now with DPE, and specifically in Phantom Knights. You know, Dagda set Scythe, DPE pop in Scythe, so you just chain the Cosmic to DPE, banish the Scythe, so they can't do that. Jinzakiru, obviously, you know, it's good to out sticky monsters. Obviously Floowandereeze is very fucking annoying. M-Pen is not a fun card, so having Jinzakiru to out that's good. If they have Barra Statue though, Unlooker, you're not out in it. Especially in this deck, since the only monster in this deck that can beat over a Barra Statue is the Carrot, which is a Garnet. So yeah, it's really cool. 3 anti-spell, because it's a good card. 3 token collector, because Sword Soul is good. And 3 Lancia, because Tri-Brigade, Phantom Knights, Flunderies, decks like Banishing right now, what can I say? So yeah, that is it. That is my Sunavalon deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was informative. I hope people consider picking up this deck, because I do think it's very, very slept on. I do think people don't realise how powerful the deck actually is. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.